Hello everybody, it's Miss Winfield here, ready for today's maths. So let's just have a rewind, okay, because yesterday's maths was a little bit tricky, okay, and I appreciate that and I understand that, and that's why we are going to continue with this sort of maths today. So let's just rewind to our steps to success. So yesterday we were adding by counting the ones, okay, and there were two important steps that we had to do. So let's have a look at step one. Step one was to add the ones, okay? So I was adding the ones. And step two was to add the tens to the ones, okay? So step one, add the ones. Step two, add the tens. Okay, so we need to remember those important steps to help us today. So let's have a go at this problem, okay? And what we are going to do, we are going to focus on step one. We are going to not think about step two, so we are not going to think about the tens, okay? So I'm going to put a box over the 10 so that we can just ignore them for a second. And I want you to be able to tell me, please, how many blue circles have we got? So we're going to focus on counting the ones. How many blue circles do we have? So let's see. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see 5 blue circles. How many green circles can you see on this 10 frame? Well done. If you said you can see 3. I can see 1, 2, 3. So I've got 5 and I'm adding 3 more. Okay, so I'm going to put 5 in my head, 5, and I'm going to add 3 more. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 add 3 is equal to 8. Let's see if I got it right. And now we are ready to do step 2. Okay, and step 2 is to add the tens. So let's move our box out of the way because we're going to not look at the ones now. We're going to focus on the tens. And I can see that I have got one group of 10, okay? And I know that 1 times 10 is 10. One group of 10 is equal to 10. So I've got 10, and then I'm going to add my ones from earlier, 10, add 8. Okay, and then this is where I can think about my place value and my tens and my ones, and I know I've got 1 10 and 8 ones, and together that makes 18. Let's see. So there we go. I've got my 10. I've added my 8 ones from earlier, and that is equal to 18. What are we going to do today? We are going to continue, okay, that means to carry on adding by counting the ones. So we are going to be able to rewind to this because we have looked at it already. And why are we doing it? So that we can add a 2-digit number to a 1-digit number. So let's have a look what our task is today. So we are going to add the ones. Now you might think, oh, we've solved this problem already, Miss Winfield. We did it yesterday, but we are going to tackle it in a different way. We are going to use our purple Prove It glasses and wear them a little bit differently, okay? Because our problem is Reuben had 12 sweets. Lucky Reuben. And Damien gave him 5 more. Okay, so we've got 12 and we are adding 5 more. Now, I do not want you to start thinking what the answer is already. Okay, because our focus isn't necessarily going to be on finding the answer. It's going to be based on what we use to help us. Okay, so this is where I'm going to bring in some 10 frames. And I know that Reuben has got 12 sweets. So I'm going to draw his sweets in black pen. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reuben has got 12 sweets. Now, Damien came along and was being a very good friend, and Damien gave Reuben 5 more. So I'm going to add Damien sweets in blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is my problem represented on 10 frames. Now, I need to do step 1, which is to add the ones, okay? So I'm going to move my 10 out of the way for now so that you can see my ones. And if I think, how many ones have I got? How many ones have I got here in black? Okay, so I've got 2. Reuben had 12, which is made up of 1 10 and 2 1s. And to the number 2, I'm adding the 5 1s that Damien gave Reuben. And I know that 5 add 2 more is 7. Okay, and now I can do step 2, which is to add the 10s, because if I look back at my representation, I can see I've got one group of 10. So I will now have the number 10. And to that number 10, I'm adding the ones. So my answer is 17, because I know 10 add 7 is 17. But if I just use my place value grid to help me, I've got 1 10 and 7 1s, and together that makes 17. Okay, so I've used my skills and I've used my steps to success to help me solve the problem. Let's see if I got it right. Here we go. So the first thing I did here was step 1, 2, add 5 more is 7, and then I added the 10s. 10 add 7 is 17. And again, I've used my place value grid to help me. So let's have a go at this one. This little girl is saying, I have found 3 more pairs of scissors. So for a start, let's just think about how many pairs of scissors she has. Okay, so again, I'm going to use my 10 frames, because I don't know about you, but those scissor blocks look a little bit like 10 frames to me. So, let's see. I can see she's got one group of 10 and 2 more. Well, 10 add 2. I know that that's 12. So can you help me represent 12? Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I've got 12 already in the scissor blocks, and the little girl is saying, I have found 3 more. So I'm going to add 3 more to my 10 frame in a different colour. So let's try and solve how many there are altogether. You can see that here I have solved the first part of the problem. Okay, I know that these 2 add these 3, because I'm adding the ones, I'm doing step 1. 2 add 3 is 5. And now I can do step 2, and I can add that 5 to my group of 10. 10 add 5 is 15. And I've used my place value grid to help me. So this is a little question for you. The little girl is saying, how many scissors would there be if both blocks were full? Okay, so I can see here I've got a full block, but this block isn't full. Now think about these blocks of scissors like 10 frames. So if I had 2 full 10 frames, like you can see there, how many have I got altogether? What number, what value is this representation showing us? I can see 10 and another 10. So I've got 10 add 10. I've got 2 groups of 10. Now I'm going to count in my 10 times table to help me with this. So I can say 10, 20. I've got 20 pairs all together. So well done at home if you said it could hold 20, because they would both be full. And if I was to put this number into a place value grid, I have got 2 10s, as you can see, and I haven't got any 1s left over. and that makes 20. So let's have a look at the think together. There are 15 biscuits in the tin, okay? 15 in the tin. Now, first of all, let's just get a 10 phrase and let's show that, okay? I've got 15 biscuits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 biscuits in my biscuit tin. Now, I can see some biscuits have been left out. They are on the side of the biscuit tin. Can you see? Okay, can you see them here? And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 biscuits left over. I've added on those 4 biscuits in a different colour. Now then, if I was to do step 1, I would ignore the 10s. I'm going to push the 10 out the way so we can't see it. And I would focus on adding the 1s. I've got 5 blue ones, and I'm adding 5 to 4. 5 add 4. And I know that is 9, okay? And now I can bring in that other 10, and I can represent that 10 add 9 is 19, because it's made up of 1 10 and 9 1s. So it's going to be your turn, okay? This worksheet will be put on the class story, okay? And just take your time and have a try for me. So rather than just working the addition problems out in your head, I really would like you to try and have a go at adding the ones first. So let's just pick one. I'm going to choose this one. 13 add 2, and I'm going to choose to do this one with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is represent my 2 parts. Now I'm going to choose to represent 13 in black, and I'm going to choose to represent the other part, which is 2, in blue. So can you tell me when to stop? I need 13 black circles. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I'm adding my other part, I'm adding 2 more. I'm going to do those in blue. So you might want to get 2 different colours to help you, okay? Because it will be easier to see the different ones. And I'm going to do step 1. I'm going to ignore my 10s, and I can see that I've got 1, 2, 3 ones, add 2 ones. I have got 3, and I'm adding 2 more. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got 5 ones all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I was to do step 2, which is to add the 10s, I've got 1 group of 10. Okay, so I've got 10, and I'm going to add that to my 1s from earlier. 10 add 5. Let me think about that. Well, I'm going to use a place value grid to help me. I've got my 10s and my 1s. Now I've got 1 10, there it is. Okay, and I've got 5 1s. There they are. Oh, there's the number 15. 10 add 5 is 15. So I've solved it by counting the ones. So please do try and use that strategy to help you. Now, I'm going to let you crack on with this. I can't wait to see everything you produce, so don't forget to send it on Evidence Me, and I will see you all soon. Bye.